What's going on, everybody? We are on Rush R30. We're Subdivisions. Okay, so I saw Subdivisions live, Dallas, at whatever tour that was. I should probably check what tour was that. This looks like it might be R40 or what year was this? This looks like Time Machine tour. So that's what I saw. Now we're gonna check out R30 Subdivisions. Let's do it. Bam.
Dankeschön! Thank you! This is one you might remember from Signals.
Going back and forth between the keys and the bass. Like paying attention to that a lot. Like he brings the bass back in and he's just like highlighting, hey, the bass is in those licks when he comes back in with it. And then the bass is out, but it's so smooth. Okay. Cool. Okay. Yeah, it's great. All right. Something else that crossed my mind. How many first songs do they have here? This is gonna take me a minute to get through. Okay, so and because people have mentioned that also because we just did Snakes and Arrows and Far Cry, and people were saying like Far Cry is one of the best first songs in a while for Rush, and I'm like, okay, so like, how many first songs are they doing here? Okay, so they started the whole thing with Finding My Way. So there's that. And then they go to Anthem. They do Bastille Day. They're going to do 2112. They don't do a Farewell to Kings. So they skip Farewell to Kings. That makes sense. It's not really one that they did. They do, right, Parts of Hemispheres. They do Parts of Hemispheres. They do Spirit of Radio. They do Tom Sawyer. They do Subdivisions. Do they do Distant Early Warning? They do not do Distant Early Warning. Okay, so, and they don't do, do they? They don't do the Big Money on this tour, do they? All right, but there's still a lot. They do Force 10. They don't do anything off of Presto. Do they do Dreamline? Yeah, they do, right? Yeah, they do Dreamline. They do Animate. They don't do Test for Echo. They do One Little Victory. I mean, they do a lot of first songs, like a lot of intro songs. It's pretty wild. They just like start with that. Cool. So yeah, Subdivisions is cool. You know, I like Signals. I think Signals is great. Yeah, it was cool to see. I was paying attention a lot to Geddy. There was a part on where on guitar, I was wondering if he was playing a different part than what I normally hear. You know, sometimes I'm like, is this what they played on the record? Is this normally, you know, this is something that probably fans that have been listening for decades would know, where I may not catch it, especially the first time around, you know, because I haven't been intensely steeped in the music, you know, like even though I'm like how I'm rolling through it, it's like, you know what I'm saying? And I am going back and listening, you know, before my overviews and all that kind of thing. It's still, you know, still just me listening to this band for a year, you know? So, yeah, interesting. But there are parts where I'm like, is that the same part that was Alex playing that like single note little part, and then he played the chords there, that sounds right, and then he played the single note part, and then he went back to the chords. Really, the single note part was there on the record, you know. But I'm not sure. He very well could have been playing that on the record, and I just, you know, for some reason when it's live and it's like singled out, I'm catching it better, you know, that like specific things like that. No different than specifically Geddy going from, there was one part where he went from keys to bass back to keys, and it was like kind of just a little quick bass thing, and that's when I was like, man, look at how he's like going in between both instruments and how it's like seamless and how it just and it works. It doesn't sound like all of a sudden you're missing the bass, you know, or the keys, like vice versa. I mean, they have their triggers for that, so there's that, but more so you're not missing the bass when he stops playing the bass. So I thought that was cool. Anyways, yeah, great one. All right, up next, Earthshine. Huh? They did Earthshine at Rio. We'll see what I think about it this time. All right, I'll catch you in the next video.